Black folk are going shopping for Black Friday.
Oh, Black Friday, yeah.
They going shopping for Black Friday. We will be out, conscious community included. Conscious community. 7 days from now, we will be out spending billions of dollars for useless Christmas gifts. Black Friday is an economic suicide day for Black America. It is an economic suicide day for Black America. The stores are stocking up. Walmart is stocking up. Toys R Us is stocking up. Sears is stocking up. Foot Locker is stocking up. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Ralph Lauren, because in 7 days from today, Negroes are going to lose their mind. They're going to spend in 2 weeks half of the income they earned. They're going to spend in 2 weeks half of the income that they earned the entire year. There is no worse a day in Black. That has to be one of the most evil days of the year. Because you know what we're doing? We're literally liquidating our assets. We're liquidating our assets in order to participate in our enemy's holiday season. We are liquidating our assets in order to participate in our enemy's holiday season. Who does that? Who does that? Sneakers, computers, jeans, book bags, bikes, alcohol, liquor. I mean, look at all the money we spend to go partying on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is almost as bad as Christmas. New Year's Eve is almost as bad as Christmas is with the spending. And you know what? We're going to spend more than we did last year. I bet you. 2016, what we spent? $2 billion on Nikes, $4 billion on alcohol, $600 million on McDonald's, $9 billion on perm. I bet you we spend more. We're going to spend more because we keep on going up every year. We keep on going up. And when the minimum wage go up, Negro spending go up. So this whole, and it's sad because I only got 700 grand. And thanks to everybody who donate, but I only got 700 grand. And then check this out. I get crucified. Check this out. I get crucified because I haven't spent it yet. Look at that. I'm getting crucified because I did not liquidate the money. So these Negroes is telling me, spend it. Because if you don't spend it, they're going to say you stole it. But the money is in the bank. But they're telling me if you don't liquidate the people's money immediately, they're going to think you stole it. That's how bad it is. You're supposed to spend everything you get, or people are going to look at you sideways. But we will question DR.UMAR on $700 that's sitting in an account. He got to answer questions every interview about money. He ain't been a withdrawal on that money yet. I ain't touched it for nothing. All the money I use to fly around and get lawyers to do this and put in bids, that comes out of the money I make at the lectures and the money I make as a certified school psychologist. God bless me enough to be in a career path where I don't have to steal from my people in order to pay my bills. You see, but the problem is so many people, see, here's the issue. The reason they can't believe I didn't steal is because they would have stole. So you got to evaluate people from the consciousness and the mindset that they're bringing to the situation. They're saying if I had $700,000 that I didn't have to account for, I would have spent it. They would have. So they're looking at me like, it's no way he ain't spent some of that. You trying to tell me he ain't spent none of that? And you know what's sad? When we get to a point where when somebody doesn't steal, we think they stole just by the fact of him saying he never took nothing from it. He must have took something from it. That's how horrible we are. But here's the issue. Have we asked any of our national black leaders what have they done with the money we've been giving them for generations? You got leaders who've been out here for generations, ain't never been asked to give an account. Have we asked the NAACP what they done with our donations? The Urban League? Have we asked T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar? Have we asked all the churches in our community? Have we asked Nike? Black people have a particular liking for Nike and Mercedes-Benz that supersedes our liking for any other product in those markets. We ain't went to Mercedes-Benz yet and say, how are you using some of the money I've given you to help black folk? We ain't went to Nike yet and said, we spend more money on your Air Jordans than anybody else. What are you doing to reinvest some of that money? All the money we didn't spend on cigarettes, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, we ain't asked nobody nothing. But I got Negroes telling me, we need to see your curriculum. We want the curriculum. Negro can't even spell the word. We want the curriculum. But guess what? They child been in public school for 12 years. They never even seen the curriculum for 12 years. Child been in special ed 4 years, never even read the IEP. Look at this now. Look at this. They said, we want to see your business plan. Negro never been to a school board meeting in 12 years. Never been to a school board meeting in 12 years and telling me he need to see my business plan. This is how sick, and I'm going to tell you why. Here's the thing. The thing that people love me for is the thing other people hate me for. And that is being unapologetically honest about the black situation. People don't like that because I'm telling them that the only way you fix this is by using the money in your pocket, not voting. I'm going to tell you right now, voting doesn't even begin to compare with spending when it comes to changing. I'm going to say it one more time. Voting doesn't even begin to compare with spending when it comes to empowering a community. You can't name a single black community in world history anywhere on earth that was empowered because they voted for somebody. We voted for Obama for 8 years. Obama didn't empower anything. But the reason black folks keep on believing that they can vote their way out of oppression is because they don't want to spend their way out of oppression. That's all. See, it's not that the politicians are lying to us. They are lying. But we choose to believe the lie because we don't want to accept the alternative. The alternative to believing that voting will free you is knowing you have to work your way out with your own black dollar. You don't want to hear that. No black folks in America want to be told, guess what? Nothing changes until your spending habits change. We don't want to hear that. Hell no. And because of that, we're the only people who have never had to be accountable to the collective for how they spend their money. Even churches make you accountable. You got churches out here telling you what you're going to pay. Listen, there's churches out here, and I know a lot of them. I even spoke at some. They want to see your tax return before you join. Oh, yes. Go to T.D. Jakes. Go to Creflo Dollar. Go to any of these mega churches. You don't just walk in there and say, where's the application? Whoa, time out, family. Yeah, we're going to get our Jesus on in a minute, but before we get our Jesus on, we got to get the money right. I need your tax return. And they will look at your tax return and tell you what you will pay to belong. And that's exactly what black folks need to start doing. And that's one of the reasons I'm going to start the Team Pan-African government. So we can have people who are willing to submit to African leadership and accountability. Because you're not going to change this without leadership. That's another problem we got. Black folk keep talking about, we don't need no leaders. All of us just need to be leaders. You know where that comes from? That comes from black folks not wanting to be accountable to the collective. You ain't never heard no Chinese say, we don't need no leaders. You ain't never heard no Jews say, we don't need no leaders. When the last time you see an East Indian or Mexican say, we don't need no leaders? Everybody has leaders. You don't get nowhere without, you organize through the leadership. But black folks don't want to hear that because we don't want another black person telling us, look, bruh, you ain't paying enough for this struggle. So them sneakers, you need to take them, run them back and bring us that $100 for them Nikes, fam, because you running short. That's how we need to be. That's how we need to be. accountability. And guess what? If people pay to build something, they damn sure ain't looking to tear it down. If people pay to build it, they're not looking to tear it down. The reason why we're so willing to destroy anything black is because we ain't put nothing into it. We ain't put nothing into it. So we are willing to tear it down. And then guess what? After we spend all that Christmas money, Thanksgiving, which you shouldn't even be Thanksgiving, don't get me wrong. I understand that for Thanksgiving, it's a time when a lot of us are able to spend time with family. Family is important. I respect that. Okay? And I'm not going to call people coonish for that Thanksgiving dinner because I know it can be a strategy to bring the family together. I understand that and I respect that. But at the same time, why can't we create a holiday of our own, a holy day of our own, where we fraternize and socialize in fellowship with our family without doing it with the backdrop of a genocide celebration? Thanksgiving was a genocide. If you, who gets together and says, let's have a feast over the enslavement of African people? Let's have a feast over the extermination of Africa. Let's have a feast over African colonization. But we want to have a feast to celebrate a period in the history of this country where Native Africans and Native Americans were exterminated, with the Thanksgiving dinner being used as a ploy to get them to drop their guard and they poison all the food. Thanksgiving was the prelude to the extermination of those indigenous persons in this land. See, here's the issue, my queen. We do not want out of the empire. And we will not admit it. That's why with the Team Pan-African government, that's for people who want out of the empire. Not people who want in. See, black people want to go be Hotep during Black History Month. They want to Hotep during Kwanzaa, but they only want to be part-time revolutionaries, but full-time coons. Part-time revolutionary, full-time coon. How the hell are we going to fix this situation when we want to be part-time revolutionary, full-time coon? And that's why that movie Get Out was so powerful. That's why Get Out was so powerful, because Get Out was about getting out the empire. Get out. And when you see the movie War for the Planet of the Apes, one of the interesting things about the symbolism in War for the Planet of the Apes, because I watched that in my flight over here from Detroit yesterday, towards the end of the movie, when they finally got out the system, remember when the apes finally freed themselves from the concentration camp, the system that oppressed them was destroyed by another system. Did you see that?